You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your host, Thomas Ahrens. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by Jake's Bait and Tackle, located in Winchester, Virginia.
If that doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will.
Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are back at Fishing the DMV. My voice is feeling a little bit better today. I was just, I got my ass kicked by something over the weekend, and I didn't think I was going to give you guys the right passionate conversation yesterday evening. So my apologies there. We have the update for the week of August 5th for the Sizzlin Summer Showdown tournament. That's what this stream is about right now. So without further ado, why not we get right into it? So this is the week of August 5th, or I guess August 4th through the 7th. The tournament started July 12th and it goes through September 1st. As always, we're going to start with the, let me get this all situated here. Perfect. So as always, we're going to start with the Largemouth Division / Mixed Bag Division. In 12th place, we have Pete Whitetaker with 78.75 inches. In 11th place, we have Michael Prey with 81.50 inches. In 10th place, we have Greg Oakes. Greg has 92.25 inches. In 9th place with 101 inches, we have Jason Church. In 8th place with 115.75 inches, we have Stephen Beck. In 7th place with 125.75 inches, we have Aaron Ball. In 6th place with 133.25 inches, we have Gary Duncan. And then breaking into our top 5 in the largemouth / mixed bag division, we have with 134 inches, we have Bruce Callis. In 4th place with 139.25 inches, we have Charlie Russell. There we go. And then in 3rd place with 142.25 inches, we have Brian Heath. In 2nd place with 148.75 inches, we have Jason Niche. Dude, that's an awesome job, boss. And I think this is the highest you've been in a while. So congratulations, dude. And then in 1st place right now, the tournament is today with 153.50 inches, we have Larry Gray. Congratulations, guys. So at this week's update, this is how the standings are for the mixed bag largemouth division. As you guys know, with this format, you can catch 8 biggest smallmouth, 8 biggest largemouth. And then if you catch them, I'll just mix and max and put you in the divisions that you guys need to be into. So with that said, let's get into our big fish awards for the largemouth. So basically this is how it is. I'm giving away 4 largemouth awards. You get $100 and a plaque for the 4 biggest largemouth overall. And I have an honorable mention here because Jason Niche is the 5th largest one, and that right now is 21.25. Now, the only reason I'm giving him an honorable mention is the tiebreaker for size will be when you caught it, if you caught it earlier versus later. And right now in 4th place, we have Stephen Beck with a 21.25 inch. He caught that I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. So that still gets him in the top 4 unless someone else catches a bigger one. But Jason Niche has this beautiful 21.25 inch fish that he submitted to the scales, metaphorically speaking, this past weekend, which really pushed him into the top 3 overall in the standings. And then in 3rd place, we have Pete Whitetaker. Pete has 21.50 inches. Absolutely beautiful fish. That little extra gave him the 3rd place over top these 2 beautiful fish Jason and Steve Beck just caught. So again, Pete Whitetaker is in 3rd place with a 21.5 inch beautiful largemouth. So in 2nd place, who do we have then? Because the leaderboard really got shooken up here with the largemouth. We have Larry Gray with this 21.75 inch water whale. This thing is fat and beautiful, beautiful largemouth. Puts Larry solidified as the 2nd biggest largemouth so far caught in the event. So then who has 1st place, you might ask? Well, Bruce has got this thing locked down with this insane water whale. This 22.75 inch beast has Bruce securely in 1st place in the biggest largemouth caught so far in this division. So now with that said, let's get into the smallmouth only division. So again, this is just people that only caught smallmouth. So in 1st place, we have Jacob Hausman with 163.25 inches. In second place, we have the scourge of the Upper Potomac, the man, the myth, the legend, Cliff Bennett, with 160.25 inches. Dude is creeping up there. He is so close to maybe catching Jacob and bringing back a trophy to the Upper Potomac. In third place, with 155.75 inches, we have Jared Clare, another Susquehanna stick. And then in fourth place, with 150.75 inches, we have Jose Serrano. Beautiful, beautiful bags. I believe he mostly fishes the Upper Potomac as well. We have in fifth place, with 147.75 inches, we have Todd Spatch. Beautiful, beautiful job, dude. In sixth place, with 146.25 inches, we have Toby Foster. In seventh place, with 142 inches, we have Greg Oakes. And Greg is one of those guys that he's caught his limit of smallmouth, and he's working on the largemouth now. So yes, in theory, you guys could be entered in both divisions. In eighth place, with 136.75, we have Matthew Gills. In ninth place, with 135.50, we have Joe Edwards. In 10th place, rounding out our top 10 with 127 inches, we have Douglas Spatch. And then in 11th place, with 122.75 inches, you know him, you love him. If you have a broken kayak engine, you probably send it to him. We have Trey Leach. And then in 12th place, with 120 inches, we have Scott Miller. Congratulations, guys, right now. Beautiful, beautiful job. If the tournament ended today, this would be your top 12 in the smallmouth division. So let's get to the Smallmouth Big Fish Awards. This is where things get fun. In second place, if you guys don't know, this is your first time tuning into this bad boy, I'm giving away the two biggest smallmouth caught in Pennsylvania waters, the two biggest smallmouth caught in Maryland waters, and the two biggest smallmouth caught in Virginia waters. And just like with the Largemouth Division, the same person can't win multiple awards. If you catch two 25-inch smallmouth, you can count one of them. That way I can spread the love around. And so it's the two biggest fish caught by two different people. Same thing with the Largemouth Division. Just want to make sure we spread the love around and gives people a chance to compete. And so right now, in second place for the biggest smallmouth caught in Pennsylvania waters, we have Jared Clare with this beautiful 20.25-inch smallmouth. In first place, Jacob Hausman bumped up his fish to a 21.75-inch beauty. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous fish there. In Maryland waters, we're now on to the Maryland side of things. We have Jose Serrano with a beautiful 20.50-inch smallmouth, still holding it down there with the Smallmouth Division. And in first place, we have Cliff Bennett, who also dropped another 20+ inch smallmouth on the scales, I think this past weekend as well. I'm just going to keep with his first because they're about the same size. Beautiful 21.5-inch smallmouth he had right there. All right, let's move on to Virginia waters. In second place, we have Matthew Gills with this beautiful 20-inch stud. Really, really hard because of how the picture was to see past his tail to try to give him that little extra. It was just really hard to tell. And also, no, those bright green boards are so hard for contrast. That's the word. Like this board here, it has the yellow with the black, so it's really easy to see that. That's the problem with these stupid green ones. It's really hard to tell the lines and stuff. But I did the best I could. 20 inches. He's got second place locked down. And so for the largest smallmouth caught in Virginia waters, we have Ty Hemlick with a 21.5-inch beauty. Absolutely beautiful. Huge shout out to all the Virginia waters really showing out finally. The last spring event, the Virginia smallmouth just did not play at all. It was really sad. And then in the Frostbite Frenzy, the New River just basically kicked everybody's ass. So this is really cool to see Virginia really playing again. All right, and as always, guys, I have the side pot challenge for the Summer Sizzler. I am giving away $100 in a plaque to the two largest snakehead caught, the two largest sunfish/bluegill caught, the two largest rock bass caught, and the two largest crappie. Everyone gets $100 and a plaque. Why? Because I am absolutely insane. So let's get on into it here. The first thing, we have the snakehead side pot. Has the leaderboard changed at all? In second place, we still have Lee Wells with this beautiful 26.25-inch snakehead. In first place, we have Jason Church with this 27.25 inch snakehead. Got those two locked down for the snakehead, $100 in Plaque. Now let's get to the crappie side pot. In first place, we have Aaron Ball with 11.25 inches. And that's it. We've had two crappie submitted by the same guy. That's it right now. So I'm pretty shocked that more people haven't caught any crappie. All right. Now, the bluegill side pot. Here we go. In first place, we have this guy, Aaron Ball. Aaron has the largest bluegill right now with 8 inches on the dot. Beautiful little specimen. No one has been able to dethrone this bluegill. We do have a tie, though, for the bluegill. So we have a tie here for second place between Bruce Callis with a 7.5 inch bluegill and then Joey Edwards with a bluegill, 7.5 inches. I'm throwing this both up here because in my gut, really feel like this is not going to stand. I think somebody between now and September is going to catch another bluegill that's 8 inches or, 7.75. I have a hard time believing 7.5 is going to be the ending for the bluegill challenge. I could be wrong. So I'm going to leave them up there as a tie, just thinking somebody's going to get dethroned here with this. So interesting that there hasn't been more bluegill played because it's so easy and accessible, I thought, to catch sunfish or bluegill. But what about my poor rock bass? This tournament has not been good for rock bass, honestly. Well, we finally have one rock bass. I'm going to give a little shout out here. Congratulations to Aaron for having the guts to put this on a board and take a picture of it. The only rock bass so far caught in the tournament. Aaron Ball, dude, rock bass 5.5 inches right now. So he's got I think he had a largemouth Big Fish Award that got dethroned. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to win all the side pots. So he's got the crappie, the sunfish, and the rock bass right now. So he's got $300 wrapped up right there between those three side pot challenge fish so far. Guys, come on. Lee Wells, if you're out there, buddy. Rodney, my Shenandoah guys, can someone get a rock bass here? Is there anybody in the Upper Potomac? Charlie, could somebody catch a rock bass to beat 5.5? It's just congratulations, but come on, we got to do a little bit better than 5.5. But yeah, huge shout out to you, boss man. Really appreciate it. Going over tournament rules, something that people did ask me was, well, since we have the ability on Tourney X to show off 8 of each fish, because it'll pump out your 8 biggest smallmouth, 8 biggest largemouth. How does that work with the mixed bag division? The same thing as always. If you catch all 8 smallmouth, all 8 largemouth, that would make you still eligible for the mixed bag division. The only asterisk I do as a tournament director is if we only have one individual that actually tries to mix it up, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out, and maybe I'll just asterisk and move off the smallmouth from the mixed bag division if there's only one person that's participating with both a mixed bag. Because that would not be fair, honestly, for him. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I know that this tournament is getting more popular. We have I think we're getting close to like 50 people competing in this tournament. I could be wrong, which is awesome. And so rules have to be adjusted. I'm learning as I continue. That's what I love about after every tournament, people find loopholes or things I need to adjust in the rules and stuff. And I'll apply that to the next tournament as well. We'll get back in here just to the quick little rule setup here. As always, new rule that I had with this event is if your largemouth or smallmouth has puffy yellow eyes and it looks like it just ate too much Taco Bell, I have the right to not accept that fish. Just a way to kind of cut down on cheating people throwing dead fish in the live well, things like that. So if it's got puffy yellow eyes, I have the right to not accept that fish. And then how you measure the fish, lay it down on the board. Please make sure the nose is touching and the lighting is good so I can see that, and make sure the picture is wide as possible. When I am analyzing these photos on the Tourney X app on the back end, I have the ability to magnify and zoom in. So do not worry if it's a massive landscape shot. I just need a bunch of space past the tail here. I need space so I can see the next measurement. So if your fish is 22.5 inches, at least make sure 23 inches is available in the photo so I can measure it correctly. It really helps. When it's kind of like the tail's pinched off at the very end, it's hard to see what the next measurement is. It's really hard for me in good faith to just give you the next bump up measurement. So just make sure the picture is wide as humanly possible and the lighting is good. Don't do weird ass angles. Like I had some people take a photo from the tail end looking down the edge of the fish to make it really hard to see if the mouth is open or if you can see the bump board. Just landscape shot. It's super easy, guys. Learn to take better photos too. I guess everyone that gets in this tournament is going to be really good at taking photos. So your wives, girlfriends, and loved ones will appreciate that. Same thing with the mouth. Basically, if it's barely open like this, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt there. I don't want you to have to forcibly hurt the fish. And then, of course, the other thing is like if it's 2.5 inches, or I'm sorry, if it's 12.15 inches and you have it down as 12 and the mouth is open, it's going to be 12. It's fine. The mouth is open, but it doesn't affect the outcome of the measurement, if that makes sense. So if with the fish's mouth open, it's in between 12 and 2.5 and you have it as 12, well then, yeah, I'll keep it as 12. We're fine. If it's blatantly gappling open like this one here, yeah, like I'm going to have to dock that one down. And then, so just keep that in mind when it comes to measurements and things like that. Super straightforward. You guys have done this a couple of times. You know how it is. If you have any questions or need help, please text me or reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram. Another thing is tonight, this is Tuesday, August 5th. I'm going to be on a person's live stream on Facebook. Let me double check to see where that is, just so I can give you guys a heads up there. Yeah, Dale Olson on the North Fork of the Holston River in SWVA. It's called Tackle Tuesdays. I'm going to be there on Facebook. I'll put out a little post there at 7 p.m. He asked me to come on, so I'll be coming on to that. And then also I'll be sending out a link later on to do a little map breakdown of the tidal Potomac River with everybody. So I'll be sending out that link as well for this evening. I'm hoping to do that around 5:30, 6 o'clock, just before his live stream starts, and I'll just segue it. So I'll send out that link as well. And then, guys, if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you guys next time on Fishing the DMV. Bye. You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your host, Thomas Ahrens. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by Jake's Bait and Tackle, located in Winchester, Virginia.
If that doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will.